San Francisco and the Cowboys, well, here, a lot of people believe this is San Francisco's game to lose. And the reason why is they match up very, very, very well against the Cowboys. Here's the thing about the Cowboys that you have to and hope to expect from this team. Micah Parsons has to get to the quarterback. They have to put pressure on Jimmy Garoppolo. And also, I want to see Van Der Esch, who's fighting for a new contract in the offseason. I want to see Lawrence, who got a big contract a couple of years ago, really couldn't stay healthy and really hasn't produced the player that they thought he was going to be. This defense needs to show up in a big game and knock San Francisco on their ass. That was something the LA Rams last week couldn't do. And that's you have one of the best pass rushers, one of the best defensive players we've ever seen, and Aaron Donald and Von Miller and Jalen Ramsey. They couldn't knock this San Francisco team on their ass. And San Francisco can run the ball. The Cowboys are going to have to stop the run. Very important. Stop this run and put pressure on Jimmy. If they do that, it doesn't matter what their offense does. They will win this game.
There's going to be an interesting chess match between how the Cowboys are going to use Micah Parsons, because he could play everywhere, and how the 49ers are going to use Deebo Samuel, because he could play everywhere. He's lined up as a running back, had 6 rushing touchdowns this year, lines up in the slot, outside, and for Micah Parsons, he had all those sacks, but he also was great in coverage and run tackling. He could play middle, outside, wherever. So that'll be an interesting thing. The one thing that worries me about this matchup is Kyle Shanahan has been very good at decoying against an opponent's top defensive player. So if Parsons is being used more of a pass rusher, will other guys step up? KZ or Keanu Neal as a safety, like you're saying, Van Der Esch, because the 49ers' middle of the field weapons are very good, especially with George Kittle now back. So that's going to be a big key, and also pass-catching running backs for the 49ers that could emerge as well. The 49ers love to have random running backs emerge, so Dan Quinn is going to have to be prepared for that. And then on the Dallas offensive side, can their receivers stretch the field? The Niners secondary is nothing special, so if they can stretch the field, they can get protection, they can win at the line of scrimmage. They could definitely win this game in a shootout, but they're going to have to get that kind of protection, and they're going to have those receivers go deep. Mike McCarthy's a West Coast guy, but he's got to stretch the field.
Kansas City and Pittsburgh, the last and possibly final game for Ben Roethlisberger, and why not end it in the place that he has had problems winning year in and year out, really since Patrick Mahomes has been the starting quarterback for this organization, and even when Alex Smith was there. I think this is a very good matchup, and I'll tell you why. When you look at Ben Roethlisberger, nobody expects him to win, and even Ben said it on Friday when he did the press conference. He says, we're just out there, we're lucky to be here, blah, blah, blah. We've heard Ben say this before, and it kind of wiles up his team. And earning your spot, earning the way they did to make the playoffs, only shows you one thing, that this team is gritty and this team can get at you. And I don't trust Ben Roethlisberger against Patrick Mahomes. If you were to make a bet, 1 out of 10 times, I would say that Ben could actually outplay a guy like Patrick Mahomes. Okay, that means 9 times out of 10, Patrick Mahomes would dominate the game. But this is a particular game that it's going to be cold. It could be a little bit snowy. It could be the ground could be hard. And to me, it's the battle of the running games when it's cold and the ground's hard, because whoever can run the ball in Herrera or even what's his name?
Darrell Williams too.
Darrell Williams, or the running back, the other running back for the Pittsburgh Steelers. Najee Harris. I forget his name, but even with Najee Harris, whoever runs the ball better is going to win this game. I don't think, even with Tyreek Hill, who wasn't in the last game, or Travis Kelce, who wasn't in the last game, and they dominated the game, that is going to be the end-all, be-all why Pittsburgh's going to lose this game. Pittsburgh's going to lose this game if Pittsburgh can't put pressure on Patrick Mahomes, get him off his right foot or his left foot, make him move outside of the pocket and throw the ball uncomfortably. If they do that, and they can run the ball and control the clock, Pittsburgh wins this game.
Yeah, if they get a second pass rusher or even a blitz package that could emerge for that kind of thing, they could definitely do that. The problem is their secondary is nothing special outside of Minkah Fitzpatrick, and even he's had a down year, and their run defense has been horrible too. So the Steelers have to prepare for TJ Watt to be double teamed a lot, chipped, whatever, because he's really that guy. He should win Defensive Player of the Year. He had a phenomenal season, but Andy Reid, they're going to game plan for that kind of thing. So some second pass rusher is going to have to emerge. If the Steelers are going to win this game, it's all ball control, it's all defense. So they need to really have that kind of exquisite coaching performance, Mike Tomlin, Keith Butler, the defensive coordinator, because Big Ben can only stretch the field so much. And the Chiefs are vulnerable big plays, but the Steelers can't really throw the ball deep.
Absolutely. And now, ladies and gentlemen, the Cardinals and the Rams. And here's the thing. All right, and we can go back and forth with the Cardinals and the Rams, and this is the best game of the week, hands down. Kyler Murray is the Arizona Cardinals are 8-1 away this year. They have been a worse team at home all season long. So that advantage goes to the Cardinals. Now, J.J. Watt coming back, Hopkins coming back, the weapons that they have. Kyler Murray almost at 100%, he says. I think in position, both coaches really have their jobs in jeopardy. Kingsbury, who could be fired at the end of the year, and I believe Sean McVay could be looking for a new job at the end of the season as well. So with all the draft stock that they traded away and really have given their future away for this season, this one season, because the Super Bowl's in L.A. and they want to win it in L.A. So I think when you look at the big picture and you look at the Cardinals and the Rams, it's going to be who wants it more. They're both very talented teams. They both have good running games. They have both good throwing games. They both could play defense. They both have good secondaries. They both could do everything that you want a team to do to win. And who and what quarterback, being that both quarterbacks really don't have a lot of experience in the playoffs, what quarterback is going to show up in the game and win the game with his arm? That's going to be the question.
Yeah, I don't think the coaches are going to get fired. Cliff Kingsbury's definitely going to have to show some kind of creativity with this. I think since the injuries have really happened with Hopkins and James Conner as well, they just got Chase Evans back. It seems like there are some instances where he looks too conservative at times. That's a big reason they lost to the Colts, a big reason they lost certain games against the Packers. You saw when the Packers had everybody out. There's certain games where they just play down to teams a lot of the times too. They lost to the Lions, for crying out loud. So Kingsbury's definitely going to have to show that kind of thing because McVay, we know he can coach. Now, the question is, on the Rams side, can they stop the run? Because
well, hold on one second. We don't know if McVay could coach because he hasn't won anything in the playoffs. He hasn't won a championship in the playoffs. We don't know if he could coach when the pressure's on. We know that he could coach against Bill Belichick when the pressure was on.
No question. But I think there's how many coaches have been outcoached by Bill Belichick. He's not the only one. But still, we know that he knows these players better. The Cardinals, I think, still they're patching a lot of things together, especially with the injuries. Now, the defense for the Cardinals, they can rush the passer now, especially getting J.J. Watt back. And the Rams line is still kind of suspect. It's not great. It's okay. And the Rams, can they run the ball? Cam Akers is back. Darrell Henderson's still hurt. So we'll see if they can make that kind of thing. Sony Michel did well in the playoffs for the Patriots. Maybe he's an X factor. And for the Cardinals, can they run the ball with a guy in James Conner that isn't 100% and Chase Edmonds, too, just came back? Because they can expose the Rams' outside run defense has really been struggle. And the Rams are like the Cowboys, too. They have a lot of stars on defense, but a lot of holes, too. So can Arizona exploit that will be a big matchup to watch.
All right, so we're going to do our free-for-all pick, Speedy.
All right, so we'll start with the Raiders and the Bengals, the over-under 48.5. I'm going to take the Bengals in this one. Joe Burrow, great comeback quarterback. He wins it close. I'm going to take them on the under.
I got the Bengals, too. I got them on the under. I think Joe Burrows is the quarterback of this age of quarterbacks, and I think he's going to take over the league in many, many years to come. So give me the Bengals on the under.
All right, Patriots at Bills, over under 44.5. Bills 0-5 in one possession games. I'm taking the Patriots in the under.
I am taking the Bills. I think this is a very important game for the Bills to really state who they are in the playoffs. Give me Josh Allen and the Bills.
Eagles Buccaneers 45.5. I'm going to take Tampa. I think the Eagles will hang tough in the first half, and then Tampa will run away with it third, fourth quarter. I'll take Tampa. I'll take them on the under.
I got Tampa too. I think it's going to be a very close game, and I think the Eagles will have a chance to win. But I can't bet against Tom Brady against a team that has a rookie quarterback in the playoffs. So I'm going to go with Tampa on the under.
All right, 49ers and Cowboys over under 51. I'm going to take the 49ers. Shootout game. I'm definitely smashing the over. I'm going to take the 49ers. I think their coaching's a little better. Over.
I've got the Cowboys on the over. I think they're the better team, and I think Micah Parsons is going to put a lot of pressure on the San Francisco 49ers. So give me the Cowboys on the over.
All right, Steelers-Chiefs, over under 46. I'm taking the Chiefs in this game. I'm going to take them on the over for sure. I think they can win a lot.
I'm going to tell you this right now. I think the Steelers are going to have an opportunity to win this game. I wouldn't be surprised if they win this game, but I got Kansas City. Obviously, a lot of people do. They have them in the Super Bowl. This game will be close. I have Pittsburgh and Kansas City being close, but Kansas City on the over.
All right, Cardinals and Rams is 49.5. I'm going to take the Rams. I think the Cardinals just a little too banged up. I think this is where the injuries catch up to them. Over under 49.5. I'll take under.
Who do you got? The Cardinals?
Rams.
I got the Cardinals. I think the Cardinals 8-1 away. I think Cardinals have been sensational. Playing their games in other stadiums. So give me the Cardinals. Kyler Murray. They'll be able to run. I got it on the under. I got
Alrighty.
the Arizona LA Rams on the under. And those are our picks of the week, ladies and gentlemen.